think it was Kittering that once said that a problem well defined is a problem half solved. And I think if we understand the challenges that we face in trying to educate young people today, that it will help us move toward postulating the right types of solutions. What we do not have is we do not have the type of alignment within the community that we historically have had. Our families are weaker than they've ever been before. 77% of all black children in West Virginia are born out of wedlock. 35% of all white children are born out of wedlock. The most dysfunctional and disconnected than what it's ever been before. The children are disconnected from the faith community in numbers like they were never disconnected before. On top of that is that kids are disconnected from work like they have never been disconnected in the past. In an agrarian society, children are part of the labor force. So they're learning every day the skills that are necessary for them to be successful and productive in the economy. So what ends up happening, the school system becomes what I call the social diagnostic centers. All of the pathology of the society, it manifests itself at the public school. And so now the school is trying to fix things that are broken outside of the school. There are 8,760 hours in a year, and a child only spends about 16.4% of the time at the public school. So they spend 84% of their time away from the school. And it's that 84% that the school does not control, that the school is trying to respond to the lack of support in the community, the lack of adequate parenting, and the lack of a commitment from the society at large to help children develop. So when you understand that, then the school needs to understand that it has to send out really an SOS to everyone that's working with kids. And we've got to create a community alignment again. We've got to create people in the community, from the business community, from the faith community, Major League football coaches and Major League basketball coaches, and all these people must be brought to the table, because these people touch kids as often as the schools do. We go to school 180 days in the state, so it means 185 days kids are not in school. And so they're somewhere else. And so there has to be an alignment that the school helps to coordinate, because I think our schools, by and large, are doing an excellent job in trying to teach character education and leadership and civic responsibility and all these other things, while at the same time they're trying to teach the basic skills. So I would say to the schools to make sure they do what they are charged to do and do it well. And then secondly, to recognize that they can help facilitate pulling together the type of network that needs to be pulled together. You got to understand how the community really works. Poor communities, by and large, still have a community that's rich in an oral tradition. Everything's by word of mouth. You link up with the Bitty League basketball, Major League football. Go to any of these places on Sunday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and the parents are there. They support their children in their athletic endeavors, because we think that athletics in this society is some type of ticket to fame and fortune. We can't fight this, because athletics is the innocent idol. It's the other god in our culture. And we got to work within that. Every time there's a sporting event, we ought to be putting education on the agenda. And we'd have information available, opportunities for parents to meet with teachers, counselors, and so forth. In some communities, your message have not gotten to the community level until they're talking about it in the barbershop and the beauty shop. If it's barbershop talk, you've now gotten to the grassroots level. And so you guys strategically, so you guys are laughing, but the politicians are doing that. In South Carolina, they had their foot soldiers in the barbershops, in the beauty shops. That's where they were taking their information, because they know that's where people congregate, and that's where the philosophers hold court every single day. And so if you find out who the community philosophers are, and you indoctrinate them with your message, then they can help you disseminate the message in that way. It sounds almost ludicrous, it sounds almost like but that's the way it happens, that's the way things are done. As I said earlier, we can keep on stuffing stuff in these kids' book bags, all right? And we can keep on sending stuff home by the mail, right? And we're doing that, and I guess we need to do that to satisfy some requirement, but it's not effective by and large. It is touching people with people who have credibility with them, and it is getting the issue on the agenda of the people in the community that really have access to people and force people to talk about and to have conversations about what's really important. Because the things aren't like they used to be. Therefore, the models of the past are not working and they will not work, and we can continue to do more of the same. It will merely get us to the wrong destination ahead of schedule. We've got to come up with a different model in terms of how we create community. And the schools, I think, have a vital role that they can play in helping pulling that community together.